Is this truly the end of Taehyung's time with BTS, or just a painful pause? Taehyung's sudden decision to take personal time after completing his military service has stunned millions of ARMY around the world and left an emotional impact. Even more heartbreaking, Jungkook's recent somber demeanor is seen as a reflection of his regret over how HYBE handled the situation. What initially seemed like a simple break is now starting to look like a departure with deeper meaning. Kim Taehyung, or BTS's V, never officially announced a farewell from the group. But the silence that surrounded his move, and the absence of any official schedule from HYBE, has triggered a deep sense of loss in fans' hearts. Many even called it a departure without goodbye. No live stream, no special message, no clarity whatsoever. Only silence that continues to linger, enough to make ARMY around the world weep. Reports from local Korean entertainment media confirmed that Taehyung is currently taking time for personal retreat outside the country, traveling without official agency staff. One outlet even reported that Taehyung is in Europe on what they described as a private reflection retreat. Meanwhile, HYBE's brief and flat response merely stated that Taehyung is taking rest time after military service. No statement addressed the pressing question: is he still part of BTS's upcoming plans? Jungkook, long known for his close emotional bond with Taehyung, appears deeply affected. During a radio interview aired just days after the news broke, Jungkook lowered his head when asked about the group's upcoming post-military activities. Rather than giving an optimistic response, he simply said, "There will be changes, and I hope they aren't painful ones." That answer further fueled speculation and left a strong emotional impression. Some fans attending the event claimed Jungkook appeared to be holding back tears. After the show, he left earlier than usual and avoided greeting media, which he typically does. His behavior sparked discussions among ARMY communities, many of whom believe Jungkook is under tremendous pressure, not only because of Taehyung's departure, but because he feels helpless about how the situation unfolded. This issue doesn't stand alone. In recent weeks, Taehyung's unclear role in BTS's comeback plan has raised major concerns. While other members have resumed promotional activities, collaborations, and tour agendas, Taehyung's name was conspicuously absent. Fans expressed disappointment in HYBE for not being transparent and for reacting too slowly. The silence from the agency has stirred both anger and deep sadness. "This isn't just about an artist leaving temporarily," wrote a fan on a Korean online forum. "It's about how the company treats someone who's dedicated his life to building BTS from the ground up. Taehyung deserves more than just silence." Moreover, a post from a major fansite account, allegedly close to internal management, stated that Jungkook actually advised HYBE to give Taehyung a slow reintegration plan post-military. However, that suggestion was reportedly delayed because the agency was still busy formulating the group's large-scale strategy. That delay is believed to be a key reason why Taehyung felt overlooked. A veteran journalist who has followed BTS since debut voiced concern. In her opinion column, she wrote, "HYBE is too system-oriented. In a group like BTS, personal dynamics matter far more. Taehyung isn't just a corporate asset. He's the emotional anchor that ties millions of fans to this group. Ignoring that emotional role is a serious mistake." Meanwhile, Taehyung's contract remains a hot topic. Some speculate that his departure is not merely personal but a signal that he is reviewing his role in the group and the company. As of now, neither Taehyung nor the agency has clarified whether he will return soon or is preparing for a different path. This clearly affects Jungkook emotionally. Days after Taehyung's departure made headlines, Jungkook was seen deleting some highlight stories on his social media. At one point, he posted an ambiguous quote, "Sometimes we don't know what we lose until it's gone." That post immediately led fans to link it with the current situation. ARMY is now split. Some still believe this is a short break and that Taehyung will return soon. Others are preparing for the painful possibility that the group's bond might never be the same again, especially now that individual decisions and personal moves seem to be taking precedence. While the agency provides no clear collective direction, HYBE now finds itself in a difficult position. On one hand, they must maintain the group's stability and ensure BTS's major projects stay on track. On the other hand, they must address growing public pressure demanding transparency and fairness in how each member is treated. If either is mishandled, it could affect not only their reputation but also their financial structure and the company's sustainability. Taehyung has yet to make a direct statement about his decision, but his silence in recent weeks has become a voice of its own for his fans, a silence louder than any official clarification. After reading such an emotional news article filled with narratives about Taehyung's departure and Jungkook's deep sorrow, one crucial point must be emphasized. The news regarding Taehyung's permanent departure from BTS, as well as the claim that Jungkook openly regrets HYBE's decision, is not true. The information that has spread and stirred strong emotions among Global Army has no official basis nor direct statements from those involved. As of this writing, HYBE has never released an official announcement stating that Kim Taehyung is leaving BTS, either temporarily or permanently. The information circulating on social media, online forums, and speculative news portals mostly comes from assumptions, video snippets, interpretations of social media posts, and anonymous sources that have not been verified. This creates an illusion of truth that has not actually been validated. It must be understood that taking personal time off after completing military service is completely normal and human. Kim Taehyung, who has just completed over a year of full military service, certainly needs time to adapt, recover physically and mentally, and evaluate his future career path. This is not the first time an artist has taken personal time after military service, and it is not an indicator that he intends to leave the group he helped build from the very beginning. As for Jungkook, various interpretations of his recent emotional expressions have also been heavily influenced by unsubstantiated narratives. Video clips showing him lowering his head or appearing emotional during interviews were taken out of context and then combined with wild rumors without clarification. Jungkook himself has never issued a statement indicating disappointment with management, let alone regret over HYBE's actions. On the contrary, he is known for respecting internal processes and constantly emphasizing the importance of communication among BTS members, especially during this post-military transition. Another fact that must be underlined is that there is no confirmation regarding any legal action taken by Taehyung against HYBE, as some online speculation suggested. So far, there have been no legal registrations, lawyer announcements, or official statements from management confirming such a matter. All narratives suggesting contractual disputes or management's neglect of Taehyung are purely speculative and potentially misleading. In this context, it is essential to stress that HYBE, as a publicly traded company under strict regulation, has a responsibility of transparency toward investors, business partners, and certainly fans. If there were significant internal dynamics such as artist resignations, contract terminations, or internal tension affecting operations, the company would be required to make official announcements that are accountable. The absence of such announcements indicates that most of the issues circulating do not have a valid legal basis. Moreover, speculation about Jungkook's feelings toward management's decisions has been exaggerated by unbalanced media narratives. When an artist shows emotional expressions, the public often rushes to associate it with internal problems. In fact, such expressions could be caused by various other factors: physical exhaustion, pressure from global expectations, or sensitivity to changes in personal life. Jungkook, who has long been known for his loyalty to his fellow members and management, has often openly supported the other members. He has repeatedly shown public support for Taehyung, including during V's solo promotions before his military service. His statements are always filled with empathy and respect. Therefore, portraying him as a symbol of regret toward the agency's decisions is an inaccurate claim. It is also important to note that in the entertainment world, especially within the K-pop industry, speculative news can have significant impact on artists' mental health and on the relationship between agency and fans. The spread of unverified narratives not only causes collective anxiety, but also creates psychological pressure on artists who are in periods of rest or transition. This can influence their decisions and even create emotional distance that complicates the situation. To all ARMY and the general public, we urge everyone to remain critical of all information being circulated, especially in today's digital age where disinformation spreads faster than official clarification. Before jumping to conclusions, it is important to wait for statements from official sources, whether from HYBE, BTS, or the artists themselves. Prioritizing empathy, patience, and logic is far better than getting trapped in emotions built by public assumptions. For now, there is no evidence or legal basis confirming that Kim Taehyung has left BTS or that Jungkook regrets HYBE's handling of the group's activities. What we are seeing is a personal situation, an adaptation period, and career strategies being carried out individually by each BTS member after a long phase of military service. In conclusion, the news about Taehyung permanently leaving BTS, Jungkook feeling sad and regretting HYBE's decision, and internal tensions leading to a split is not true and has no factual evidence. These narratives have strayed from context and created unnecessary emotional chaos. We call on everyone not to spread unverified information and to wait for official clarifications as the only trustworthy source of truth. ARMY should remain calm and trust that every step taken by the BTS members is done with thoughtful consideration. Taehyung's temporary departure is his personal right and not a form of betrayal or farewell. On the contrary, it is part of human life's natural dynamics that require space, time, and mutual trust. And if we truly believe in BTS, then we must also believe in the process they are going through, without being provoked by baseless rumors.